Gopi jana vallabha Girivaranadi Gopi jana vallabha Yasodanandana Vrajanarandana Yasodanandana Vrajanarandana Yamunatira Yamunatira Jayarada Madhava Kunjavinadi Jayarada Madhava Jana vallabha Girivaranadi Gopi jana vallabha Girivaranadi Gopi jana vallabha Girivaranadi Gopi jana Yasodanandana Vrajanarandana Yasodanandana Vrajanarandana Yamunatira Yamunatira Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Astutarasata Sri Srimati Divine Grace ISKCON Founder Acharya Jagad Guru Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Astutarasata Sri Srimati Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananda Godi Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Shri Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Govina Shyama Radha Krishna Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Ganges Mai Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Oh glorious assembled devotees. Oh glorious assembled devotees. Oh glorious assembled devotees. Oh glory to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pritaya Bhutala Shimati Bhakti Trita Shantan Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Shitan Mene Shri Gaura Karana Sakti Bhakti Trita Chinamane Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashta Praisa Badrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Uttama Suloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashti Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Svarakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Sritapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakranvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Adina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Can to till. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 31. The movement to the lead. Text 12. Jantur uvāca tasyopasannam avituṁ jagad icchayātta nānā-tanor bhuvi calac-caraṇāravindam soham vrajāmi śaraṇaṁ akuto-bhayaṁ yenedṛśī gatir adarśy asato nurūpā. Jantur uvāca. The human soul says, Tasya of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, upasannam, having approached for protection, avituṁ, to protect, jagad, the universe, icchayātta, by his own will, nānā-tanor, who accept various forms, bhuvi, on the earth, calac, walking, śaraṇaṁ, the lotus feet, 𝐶 I myself, vrajāmi, go, śaraṇaṁ, unto the shelter. He, indeed, akuto-bhayaṁ, giving relief from all fear. Me, for me, yenedṛśī, by whom, 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐬, such, gatir, condition of life, adarśy, was considered, asato, impious, and nurūpā, befitting. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐭𝐢. The human soul says, I take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears in his various internal forms, various eternal forms, and walls on the surface of the world. I take shelter of him only, because he can give me relief from all fear, and from him I have received this condition of life, which is just befitting my impious activities. Purport. The word calac-caraṇāravindam refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who actually walks or travels upon the surface of the world. For example, Lord Ramachandra actually walked on the surface of the world. And Lord Krishna also walked, just like an ordinary man. The prayer is therefore offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who descends to the surface of this earth, or any part of this universe, for the protection of the pious and the destruction of the impious. It is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita that when there is an increase of irreligion, and discrepancies arise in the real religious activities, the Supreme Lord comes to protect the pious and kill the impious. This verse indicates Lord Krishna. Another significant point in this verse is that the Lord comes, icchayātta, by his own will. As Krishna confirms in Bhagavad Gita, sambhavami atma mayaya. This is Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, text 6. I appear at my will, by my eternal potential power. He is not forced to come by the laws of material nature. It is stated here, icchayātta. He does not assume any form, as the impersonalists think, because he comes at his own will. And the form in which he descends is his eternal form. As the Supreme Lord put the living entity into the condition of horrible existence, he can also deliver him, and therefore one should seek shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna demands, "Give up everything and surrender unto me." And in this also, and it is also said in Bhagavad Gita, that anyone who approaches him does not come back again to accept a form in material existence, but goes back to Godhead, back home, never to return. This is Bhagavad Gita 4:9, and the other one is 1866. So the living entity is offering prayers to Krishna. I take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears in his various eternal forms and walks on the surface of the world. Lord Brahma confirms that in Brahma Samhita. Advaitam achyutam anatam aranta rupam adyam purana purusham nava yovanam cha. Ananta rupa. Lord Krishna has unlimited expansion, unlimited. There is no counting. It is said like the rivulet. That is his complaint. There is no counting of Krishna's forms. But we say that God is one. We say God is one. Here, Lord Brahma is saying Ananta Rupa. Ananta Rupa. He has unlimited expansions. Unlimited. There is no counting. Vaikuntha, there is no end to Vaikuntha. And each Vaikuntha planet has an incarnation of Krishna existing. Not only in Vaikuntha that you see Krishna expansion existing. Even here in the material world, there's so many expansions of Krishna existing here in the material world. Many. They are in Lord Brahma's abode. Lord Krishna is staying there. Lord Brahma, Satyaloka. Lord Krishna stays there permanently. That's the material world. In Indra's abode, Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu is also there. In Sutala Loka, Lord Krishna is also there. Everywhere in this universe, you see Lord Krishna expansions. existing everywhere. Rampriya, Ramapriya. Lord Krishna is there as Mahapurusha. Mahapurusha. So you'll see when Lord Vishnu was to come here, by the demigod's request. You see, Lord Brahma left his own Vishnu in his own planet. He went to Vishnu in Svetadvip. He didn't call his son. In his own abode, Lord Vishnu is there with him. He didn't call. If I carry my Vishnu there, I will not have anyone here. So let me go to Svetadvip. So he went to Svetadvip to request you. The Vishnu in Svetadvip, you come and take care of the people here. And Lord Vishnu came. So when Lord Vishnu came from Svetadvip, the Svetadvip became empty for the time, 125 years Vishnu was here. Was he empty? Vishnu is still there. so Vishnu incarnations are everywhere in this material world, everywhere. In our own universe we're talking, there are many. Not only in Vaikuntha, you have unlimited expansions of Vishnu. Vishnu expansion is everywhere, here in the material world, in our own universe and other universes. You see the same thing. Our universe is said to be the smallest. So if Vishnu are many here, different expansions are here. Nānā-vataram akarbhuvanishu kintu. Nānā-vataram. So Krishna has unlimited forms, pervading the whole universes, pervading the whole universes, all. And so he has unlimited form, and a living entity is praying to him. The Lord who appears in his various eternal forms, eternal. All the forms are eternal. The Vishnu form, they are all eternal. Existing everywhere. The existence of Lord Vishnu everywhere can also be misunderstood. He exists everywhere. Minor is on abode. If he exists everywhere, he also still in his abode today. So although he came here, he's still there. Everywhere. Lord Vishnu. And in Vaikuntha, everywhere. All are occupied by Lord Vishnu and his associate. In Jambudvip, 9 islands, which Bharatvarsha is one of them. Out of the 9, only one is visible. The remaining 8 are not visible. And you find in these islands, you see also Vishnu conditions out there. Ramachandra is there. Kim Purusha Varsa, Ramachandra is there. Kim Purusha Varsa. Ramachandra is there. He's there in Ayodhya. He's there in Ayodhya and Vaikuntha. Nrsimhadev is also there. Hari Varsa. Nrsimhadev is there with Prahlad Maharaj and what are associates? So everywhere you see the Lord, these expansions, everywhere. All there. This is Krishna's opulence, that he is unlimited. This is opulence. It doesn't mean that Lord Krishna has become divided. That is not the meaning. He's still the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, because all of them have the potency of the personality of Godhead, and they function the same. That is separate. If you want to calculate, taking it from Vaikuntha to here, there are also expansions of Krishna, Balaram, and innumerable expansions of The Chatusan, they are four. Not Chatusan. Chaturvyaha, they are four. Not Chatusan. Chaturvyaha. They are four. But two Mahasankrishan. What are they? They are all here in this universe, taking care of material activities. So here, the living entities of obeisance to Holy. They wash the whole surface of the globe. They walk the whole surface of the globe. All over. All over. And Prabhupada gave an example of Ramachandra. Ramachandra walked the whole universe. The whole universe. And the whole. He moves everywhere, not just in one place in Ayodhya. Ramachandra was traveling around. It is difficult for us because we are looking at the present situation. The present geographical situation is different from the geographical situation at that time. When we visited the cave Puchukunda was sleeping in, visited the cave. His Holiness Swami and BDDSwami with other devotees, 120 devotees from 21 countries. So we visited this place. So we finally went to the cave. Very mysterious. He entered the cave. Mysterious. There is one entrance, it's only one entrance. If we enter inside, there's big water. Water is shallow. It will reach to the knee. When you cross that water, you will see the road is divided. Anyone you take, it will divide. Any part you take, you just walk a short distance, it will divide. Like. Well, out of fear, we didn't go far. We turned back because you don't know what is inside. You don't know what is inside this. We turned back. So when we came back and they sat for lecture. The first question. What was the height of Muchukunda? What was his height? Muchukunda height. What's his height? When you hear these personalities, what do we think? You're thinking about 4 feet to 5 feet tall. That's what we think. Yeah, their head is touching the sky. So how did he enter this cave? That was the first question they came. Because those of us who entered, naturally you will ask, how? Because it was like this height. How did the person so tall like Muchukunda will enter this cave? And Krishna, what is Krishna's height also? Krishna was not small, he was tall, very tall. When Bhimsena is moving with the battlefield of Krishna, the earth was shaking. While Lord Nityananda Prabhu danced in Kirtan, the earth is shaking beneath his feet. That means they're very, very tall, very heavy. When the Kumbhakarna stretches his hand like this, it's like you cover from here to South Africa. This person is a giant. All the things he said to this. Don't think it's our height. That's what we're thinking. So if he stretches his hand like this, whoever is there, it becomes food for him. They all will enter inside his stomach. That is how he fights Kumbhakarna. So the question was, how did this cave, is it fiction? Is it not fiction? How will this cave contain that person? So I told the devotees, the situation that time is different from the situation now. The earth planet have shifted many times. I couldn't figure out what is tornado. When you say tornado, I couldn't understand what do you mean by tornado. You see, you read something until I go to East Africa in Nairobi. Then you see what is tornado in practice, in reality. Like 60 kilometers down on top, you can see down. So places have shifted. Where we have mountains now, was it mountain that time? Where we have waters now, you know, it wasn't water at that time. So places have shifted. Similarly, since the earth element have shifted in this way, so they have come to the size we are having now. So you shouldn't doubt that it was true. It was a cave. 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐭 Swami cannot write fiction. He cannot talk about fiction. Yesterday, they cannot. What they give to us is a reality. It's a fact. So they have shifted. We visited one place in India, and we look some distance inside the sea. You see the tip of the dome of a temple, the dome of a temple. So at that time, it was not inside water, but now the temple is inside water. The sea has claimed some land. So the earth planet have shifted. So things have changed here in Mauritius. Look very carefully. Look your country very carefully. It's an island. It means it's inside water. This little place it is reserved. Others have entered inside water. This is a small place. Look at your soil very carefully. If you dig down, a lot of rocks is inside, which is water, which is in the water. But now the land has come out of it. So also at that time, Lord Chanda was here. He traveled everywhere. The cave Kumbhakarna used to sleep is in Brazil for now. Presently, it's now in Brazil, not in Lanka. And Ravana brought all the gold from Brazil to construct his palace in Sri Lanka now. So he has a tunnel from Sri Lanka to Brazil to collect all this gold. He has taken all the gold. This you see in Bhagavatam. It's here in Bhagavatam. So things have changed. That Ramachandra walked the Earth planet is not imagination. It is reality. He was walking. He walked the whole place. When you hear the king donated 7 villages to a Brahmana, what do you think? What do you think? It is what you consider countries these days. They are villages those days. These are villages. Now you call them countries. So if someone in India donated Mauritius to somebody, will he feel it? You don't feel it. You have given the donation, charity to somebody. Because you still have a span of land. He'll be all over. You didn't feel anything. That was the situation. So when we hear Lord Ramachandra walked the surface of the world, and Lord Krishna also walked just like an ordinary man. Yes, they did. Ramachandra roamed the whole forest. So you go to Nasik in India, you see where Sita Devi was kept. Lakshman drew a circle. It is still there till today. That it is in Nasik. Nasik knows. Suparnaka knows was cut off by Lakshman. Her body the place is still there. Everything is there. Everything is real. The prayer is therefore offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who descend to the surface of this earth or any part of this universe for the protection of the pious and the destruction of the impious. This is what they did. When Krishna came here, or Krishna came here, they killed so many demons and established the principles of religion for everyone to follow. Those who are pious. They were protected and given the path of religion. Bhagavad Gita was given because of this. Bhagavatam is also given to protect us. And many other scriptures, both in ignorance, and passion, and goodness, and transcendental one. It is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita that when there is an increase of religion and discrepancies arise in the real religious principles, the Supreme Lord comes to protect the pious and kill the impious. This verse indicates Lord Krishna. I see Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna came and he killed so many demons. Many. And Krishna killing demons is a blessing. That's a blessing. We hear killing, when you hear the word killing, it's horrible. But actually a blessing. Because it has to do with Krishna. It's a blessing. In fact, the demons who were killed by Krishna, they were more blessed than even the kings who were not killed by Krishna. For example, Lord Krishna seems to seize the three worlds from Bali Maharaj. So we hear that he took over. He took the whole world from him. But that is to show the exalted position of Bali Maharaj, that he can renounce everything for Krishna. He can renounce everything. That is exalted position. Another significant point in this verse is that the Lord comes, icchayātta, by his own will. Krishna is not forced to come here. He came out of his own sweet will. Not that something forced Krishna to come here. Nothing forced Krishna to do anything. At his own sweet will he comes. Because he cares for us. And his devotees whom he sent here to come and represent him feels his separation. So Krishna comes to give audience, attention, the association to his devotees. As Krishna confesses in Bhagavad Gita, Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. By my own eternal potency, Krishna comes. He's not forced. I will appear at my will by my internal potential power. He is not forced to come by the laws of material nature. It is stated here, icchayātta. He does not assume any form as the impersonalists think, because he comes at his own will, and the form in which he descends is his eternal form. As the Supreme Lord put the living entity into the conditions of horrible existence, he can also deliver him, and therefore one should seek shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna demands, give up everything and surrender unto me. And he has also said in Bhagavad Gita that anyone who approaches him does not come back again to accept a form in material existence, but goes back to Godhead, back home, never to return. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Comments, questions? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Shragudev. Thank you very much for this very nice class. I was remembering a statement from Brahma Samhita. You quoted one verse, and there is one statement which says that Goloka eva nivasati akilākam bhuvi. That when Lord Krishna, as you mentioned, when Lord Krishna is in Goloka, when he comes here, he is simultaneously there in Goloka. He can be here also and in Goloka also. But many people, they don't accept this. I was hearing also in Srila Prabhupada's lecture that he was telling one person that when Krishna comes here, don't you think he can be here, there also? So what is the proper argument so that we can give to people in general so that we can convince them about that?
When you say God, what are you looking at? When you say God, what are you looking at? When you say God, God. What are we looking at? Say God, God.
Most powerful.
Most supreme.
Most
Supreme.
Most supreme.
Everywhere.
Everything is possible.
Everything is possible everywhere.
It's omniscient,
Omniscient.
omnipresent.
Omnipresent.
Miraculous. Miraculous.
Miraculous.
Has no restrictions. There's no restrictions for him.
No condition. Not conditioned to anything. You're not conditioned to anything. Nothing. Anything. Nothing. Right? When you say God, we are looking at a person. You are not looking at a person who is incapable like all of us. You can't see what is behind us, even what is in our front. Because there's something which is behind. What is in front you cannot see. So many people leave the road and enter the bush. Accident. You know? It means they are seeing. They're not seeing. Why you leave the road to enter the bush? It means you're not seeing. So what about something behind? What about that? Lord Krishna says, Sarvata Pani Padam Tat. Pani Padam Tat. Sarvata. This is when we talk about Krishna, you are looking about. This is what we're looking. Krishna said, Pani Padam, my hands and my feet everywhere. Sarvatu, actually, Shira Mukham, Krishna's face is everywhere means what? Krishna's face is here. Krishna's face is here. Krishna's face is here. Yes. When you talk about God, this is what you think of. Sarvatu Srutiman Loke, my ears everywhere. Everywhere. Sarvam Britati, artistic Britati. Krishna pervades everything basically in existence. Everything. So Krishna, if Krishna pervades and exists in everything, he is not limited. He is not limited. That's why he is not here, not there. Huh? So we are thinking about God in our level. That's our understanding about God. What is about God? He should be like us. Ugly. Right? Look at the word used here. Icchayātta, or you can say yenedṛśī. Sanskrit. Yenedṛśī. Krishna does things at his own accord. By his own accord. So, it's not just a philosophy. Krishna demonstrated everything he said, and all those things that were said about him, Krishna did all. In Vrindavan, Lord Krishna, he was in the forest with his cowherd boyfriends, and after killing a Gasura, the boys want to take lunch. The Krishna said, yeah, let's go to this spot. This is specifically made for us to enjoy. Let's sit here and have our picnic here and enjoy. If all the cowherd boys, unlimited as they are, they said, I want to sit face to face with Krishna. Right? When you look at the picture, Krishna is taking present. How do you see Krishna sitting? How do you see Krishna sitting?
That's right.
Huh? How did you see Krishna sitting? The picture, Krishna is taking present with his friend. How do you see? Krishna is sitting in the middle, right? He's sitting in the middle, but every single gopa said, I don't want to sit Krishna's back. I want to sit Krishna's face. And in the second, on the picture, you see that they were sitting all around Krishna. Were they sitting at the back of Krishna? Was anyone sitting at the back of Krishna? All of them. The desire is, I will sit face to face when I'm taking my prasad. You will see Krishna's face. I will not sit at the back of Krishna. and Krishna sat in the middle, and all of them surrounded Lord Krishna. So, did Krishna see all of them or not?
Yes.
Sarvata
Body Padam.
Pani Padam Tat. Lord Advaitacharya was looking for the deeper meaning of this verse, and he was fasting. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to tell him the meaning of this verse in the Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna sat in the middle, and he was facing everyone, all of them. He was facing all of them. None of them were sitting on Krishna's back. But in the picture, everybody sat and surrounded Krishna. So Krishna is sitting, including his back. The back of Krishna was also having his eyes, his faces. So every single Gopa had his desire fulfilled. They were eating and facing Krishna face to face. Every one of them, as million as they are. Everyone is sitting. What are you talking about Krishna? What are you talking about Krishna? It's too far. What about your son? Because it's material, it's a demigod, material. The son not pervading? The son is not pervading? Is anywhere you go, you cannot see the sun? Huh? Is the sun not seeing everyone? Everyone? Huh? If the sun is doing that, what about the Supreme God? Who, if you multiply billions, not equal to, not even if just a fraction, just even if a fraction of Krishna himself. This is particle. The sun God is a particle of Krishna. Of course, sun also is expansion of Krishna himself. There are two types. Sun God, the Jiva, and Sun God, the Krishna himself. When you see the vrajāmi, they worship Sun God. It's Krishna they are worshiping, not demigods. So what about that? Prabhupada said if you go anywhere, ask them what is the moon, what is the sun? They'll say it's on your head. Anywhere you go, anywhere. Where is the sun? They say in their head. So the Jiva is doing like that. The owner of the Jiva will not do better than that? Better? Not better? Or less? Better. Can it be compared? No. So the sun is already doing that. It's all pervading and existing everywhere. Pervading everything. The owner of the sun, Krishna, exists pervading everything. So Krishna fulfilled the desires of his friends. All of them were sitting face to face with Krishna and enjoying their feast. That is Krishna. So we say God, that is what we are looking at. It's not limited. It's not limited to anything. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's not limited to anything. Even though Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is controlled by his devotees. Krishna is controlled by his devotees. Only his pure devotees control him. Although Krishna is controlled by his pure devotees, Krishna still maintains his supreme independent position. Krishna still does that. Very, very obedient and loyal to his devotees. They control him. Tell Krishna, do this. Krishna will do that. Why Krishna does that? His devotees control him. Why does he give himself to his devotees? To be controlled like that. That's the nature of love. Is this the fault? Is that the fault? Is that a mistake? That's the nature of love. Is it not? That's the nature of that's how love functions. So we say God, we should try to understand whom are we talking about? A conditioned soul, incapable, a person who is. Krishna maintained his supreme position. Although he is controlled by his devotee, he still maintained his supreme position. Krishna is ordered by Nana Maharaj, go and bring my shoe. Yes, father. Yes, daddy. I will go. Krishna, I will go. He goes and he brings it to the father. The same Krishna told his father, stop this jagad. Stop it. Nana Maharaj, stop it. Is that independence or dependence? I'm asking. Is that dependence or independent? Small boy, Krishna says, stop this thing. I don't want it. Stop it. Let them stop it. So he's dependent or independent? I'm asking you, tell me.
Independent.
He's independent. At the same time, dependent. That is Krishna. So, God is complete. That's what it means. Krishna is complete. And Mother Yashoda told Krishna, see, before you came, we have been worshipping Indra very peacefully. Our life was going very nicely. Everybody was happy. You just came now. Now you have power to independently give order. Stop Indra was a see how you are suffering now. It's independence. So yes, that's my position. That's my position. So he is dependent, the love of his devotees, at the same time, fully independent. Fully independent. When Krishna sees what his parent is very, very gentle, very obedient, Krishna maintains perfect etiquette. He does not. He does not go beyond the etiquette. At the same time, he can do what he wants to do. icchayātta. yenedṛśī. He is fully independent to do what he wants to do. Krishna never talked before his superiors. Never. Now Krishna saw my friend Arjuna wanted Subhadra. Balaram was arranging Subhadra for Duryodhana. And Krishna saw, my friend wants Subhadra. He's my friend. Duryodhana. It's a demon. How will he marry my sister? Demons should not marry my sister. Huh? Devotees should marry devotees. Demons should marry demons. That is the rule of law. So, but my senior brother is making arrangements. So Krishna didn't say anything. He kept quiet. He didn't speak before Balaram. He kept quiet. But he acted his independent nature by telling Arjuna what to do. Kidnap her. Kidnap her. But come as sannyas. Come to my house as sannyas. So Arjuna dressed as sannyas and came. And he came, they said, Draupadi, go and serve a sannyas, you get blessing with sannyasi. Go. So, go on, you get mercy. That's Krishna's plan. Independent nature. So Draupadi and Subhadra was serving Arjuna. So one day Krishna told Arjuna, she's here now. Take her out. Go away. So Arjuna. Balaram, hey, look at this rascal, look at, take arrows. Krishna said, leave him now. He had already touched her. Nobody is going to marry her again. You want to make her a widow? Huh? You want her to be a widow? Arjuna already touched her. Duryodhana won't take her again. Don't bring Amba system here. Amba is not going to, see? We don't want another history like that. Hare Krishna. Krishna did what he wanted to do. Yadrichaya, that is Krishna's nature. So if you can. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.